Welcome to this special edition for the month of February. You probably noticed that January started more or less the same way that it ended on December 2013. Not a lot of changes, nothing new, let's put it like that, nothing out of this world, more or less the same as before. But the month of February is going to be we all know that it's a very short month, but it's going to be a very interesting one. This month has a lot of things going on. First of all, we have the Chinese New Year that starts in February. Second, the north node of the moon is entering Libra, leaving behind Scorpio and Saturn. And last, we have Mercury, which is going to be retrograde for 22 days, while Jupiter will be retrograde during the whole month of February. Okay? Now, let's start with the north node of the moon. The north node of the moon is the one that establishes the main topic, the north of our life or our nations, the main topic, and it's going to be like that for 19 months. The north node is going to show us in which direction life, the universe, or God is taking us or pushing us, which direction, okay, is taking us. That's the north node. Now, given that the north node is going to be in Libra, especially February 19 is when it enters, this means a lot. First, it means that the north node of the moon, first of all, is going to be in Libra. Hence, it means that the south node is going to be in Aries. And we know that in Aries, we have Uranus. Now, the south node of the moon represents that part of us that feels comfortable. That part of us that when we see changes, we don't want to move on. We just rather stick with what we know, and we are reluctant to that change. That south node represents that dynamic. Now, the north node represents the future, that what is unknown to us. When we put the north and the south node together, it creates an axis, a very interesting dynamic. In a positive way, what it's doing is letting us know that we really need to put ourselves with a lot of courage. We need a lot of courage in our life and leave behind wars, battles, quarrels, fights, all that stuff, and we need to start to try to understand, to comprehend, to perceive other points of views. This time, for 19 months, the universe wants us to try to see other perspectives, to understand other ways of doing things, other ways of understanding the world. That's what the North Node wants us to do. And something very fascinating is that we all know that the Chinese New Year, that starts in February, is the horse. But I want to emphasize something different. The element behind the horse is wood. And in Chinese philosophy, wood is closely related with decision making, with strategies, expansion, taking decisions. At an emotional level, the wood element is related or vinculated with resentment, holding grudge, courage, anger, resentment, having the courage, like I said, the strength, being very assertive and in control, and being kind. Those are the emotions related with the wood element. So we could say that those feelings, those emotions are going to be very entangled during this new Chinese year. Now, how this all relates with what I'm saying? Well, a good aspected wood element, a well-balanced wood element, which we know we won't have during this year because we are humans and we're talking about worldwide. But a well-aspected element will bring a proper way to channel all these frustrations, all these grudges, all these bad, whatever you want to call it. We will be able to channel appropriately these frustrations and have the courage to do something and push us into taking those decisions that are going to benefit us as individuals or as a nation. But a non-well aspected energy of the wood element means that there are going to be a lot of quarrels, a lot of fights. There are going to be a lot of civilian unrest, riots, insecurity, instability, and stubbornness. This brings then a very interesting dynamic that it sounds very similar to the North Node axis of Libra and Aries. Okay? So what we're going to see is that the Chinese New Year is bringing the same energy of the North Node of the Moon switching to Libra. That's a very interesting dynamic that we're going to start seeing during this year 2014. Now, the North Node of the Moon is going to be close to Mars and the asteroid Ceres, which are going to be in Libra, which is going to create a lot of tension regarding our point of views, customs, laws, traditions. So what we're going to start seeing is that the identity of countries, their cultures, traditions are going to be at stake during this time of the this axis of north and south of the Moon are going to push us into a direction of changes, of trying to be neutral and be very inclusive with everyone. We have to remember that Chiron is in Pisces during the month of February, and he's going to stay there for a while, and this is signaling a very interesting dynamic. It's letting us know where, as humans or as a nation, we need to concentrate to heal. Our healing process, where is supposed to start. And Chiron is letting us know that our healing process starts as soon as we start learning that we need to be very inclusive. We have to embrace diversity, technically speaking, because at the end, we all are brothers and sisters. That's technically what the stars are talking about for 2014. We also have to keep in mind that Chiron is showing us the way for progress. It's going to liberate us from the limitations, the structures that Saturn has brought into us, into our life, and into our society, into our cultures, traditions, etc. And we have to remember that Saturn is in Scorpio, hence structural changes. Chiron also is showing us the way towards Uranus. So Chiron is trying to heal us in order so we can start a rite of passage that is going to take us from Saturn being so rigid and so structured to something a little bit more universal, represented by Uranus. But we have to remember that our, Uranus is in Aries. So there's going to be a lot of changes in our persona, our personality, our idiosyncrasy as a nation. So no wonder we're seeing so many things happening lately. Not only that, we're seeing topics related with same-sex marriage, legalization of drugs, that kind of stuff are going to still be the main topic for many months to come. And what we have here is that Chiron, the universe, what is trying to let us know is that the structures that we have, our economic structures, our financial structure, our political structures, our social structures, they're very limited, and they don't suit anymore our reality as humans, and therefore they need to change so we can evolve as a human, so we can evolve as human race. And that's why we have Uranus also in Aries. I hope that this dynamic of what I'm saying is interesting for you. This is just a special edition that I just made for February. And have a wonderful Chinese New Year.